That's cool. How long have you guys been playing as a band?
We started doing this. It was in 2012. We were on the phone, and Trey and I have been friends since we were
second grade.
We were very, very young, and we were like, it'd be really cool. He actually was like, it'd be really cool if we learned instruments and played in a band. I was like, well, we don't know any instruments, Trey. And he's like, well, we can learn. And so we got the idea to just pick up instruments and start playing. And so it took us a couple years of practicing, but eventually we got bad enough to record an EP, and we did, and then we got better enough to record another EP, and then we did, and then we got good enough to record a full-length album, and we did, and that's where we're at. So it's been a wild 4 years, I would say.
No, definitely.
Great. So do you have an album title for us?
Yeah, it's The Greatest Treason. That's the name of the album. I guess I should say why we're called the Sovereign Front. It was actually originally Sovereign, and there was no significance behind that.
No, not really.
Because it was just the name of the supervillain from Mass Effect. From Mass Effect 2, his name was Sovereign. And then when we tried to do our first EP, we found out there was another Sovereign
from like Wisconsin.
Yeah, on iTunes, and it was a black metal band. So
bummer.
Yeah, so we had to come up with a new name fast, and Trey just was like,
add the
front, add that to it, and that's what we did. So that's pretty much the significance. But then it turned into sort of, we kind of gave that name a little, because we started reading those existential authors, and there's actually just the idea of existential heroism and of being the captain of your own ship, and having the ability to sort of transcend your particularities. And, go above and beyond them, sort of like, because, Trey and I didn't really have a musical bone in our bodies, but just through sheer effort, we made noise.
A lot of noise.
Yeah, a lot of noise. And so that's what, and so that's basically what we ended up doing, is making noise. And that's why we've come here today, to share with you this noise.
Ooh, well, I'm excited to hear it. Yeah, we'll have some music coming up in a minute, and we're gonna get started playing some music from our guest band today. So, are you guys ready to let Sarasota know what you're all about?
Yeah, this one is called Grave, and I guess we'll talk about it after we play it.
Sounds good to me. All right.
follow pleasure. The more the better. Only emotion now. Only emotion now. I'll never get out. It had to go this way. At least I have no one else to blame. Oh, I want to swim in the chaos. Lay in this grave I've made. La da 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 da
Ooh, sounds good. You guys want to talk about the song real quick?
Yeah, so that was Grave, and I guess that's mostly, I'll talk about the arrangement afterwards, but that's mostly your baby, so.
Yeah, with Grave, kind of how we kind of designed the entire album, we kind of broke down each song into, what would you say, kind of the different...
like topics.
Yeah, the different topics we wanted to tackle in each song, and that one was actually based off like hedonism and kind of when living, what's the reason not just to live for pleasure, and we kind of get into why do that and the bad side of that, which kind of digging your own grave a little bit while chasing the pleasure and stuff of that, which would go along with the main character's I guess transformation from where he began as. Right.
Yeah. And so basically every song on the album is like a chapter in the story of this character, and the album is like a rock opera loosely based off of a play by T.S. Eliot called Murder in the Cathedral, which we both read as seniors in high school in Mr. Sism's AP Literature class. And so, yeah, from a lyric side, the main character we call Beckett is he's going through this purgative process, and he's shedding these flaws of his. And so one of the flaws is this I guess this idea of living solely for gratification, solely for pleasure. And so that's basically what the song is about. If it had to go this way,
I have no one else to blame. It's my fault.
Yeah, exactly. From an arrangement standpoint, after hearing, after we talked about what we wanted the song to be about, I wanted to make it like the cut up method of arrangement,
which I was a little skeptical.
Yeah, no, Trey was skeptical of that, but basically we took a drum track that we had recorded for another song that never saw the light of day, because it was a remake off of a song from our first EP, and we took the drum track from that and just used it for this song. So the song was built around this old drum track, and then I used the chord progression from this Avett Brothers song that I like, and I added a minor ninth. It was just a two chords. It was a F sharp minor and an A major, and I added a minor ninth to the F sharp minor chord, and it's just that repeating. And then the melody on the keyboard is from a 9th century hymn called "Let All Mortal Flesh Keep Silence."
Ooh, I remember that one from Episcopalian school.
There you go. All right. Hey. And so it's from a 9th century hymn called "Let All Mortal Flesh Keep Silence," and I just transposed it to F sharp minor. And so really the only new parts of the new quote unquote parts of the song is the vocals and the bass, which is it's a fretless bass played by this guy named Reggie Jones,
great guy.
He plays a lot of bass for us. So that's basically from an arrangement standpoint what we did.
Yeah, and then also it is the second song on the album. So this is the beginning of the journey,
right?
Very close to the beginning. And this is a 12 song album. So this is like one of the first steps in the journey through.
Right. Exactly. So hopefully, it conveyed it conveyed those feelings that we wanted it to convey, or at least mimed them.
Great. Are you ready for the next song? What were you thinking of playing?
The next song is called The Greatest Treason, and it's actually the first track on the album. It's one of the heavier songs, and it's kind of a throwback to our
older days,
our high school days. So let's play that one next.
All right.
What are his reasons? In his chest lies treason, lost in clouded meanings. Treason. This is the beginning of the end.
Yeah, so that was The Greatest Treason, the first track on the album. And so lyrically, well, I guess you should probably speak on that.
With this one, again, this is the opener of the album, so this is where we want to really, I guess, set the tone and the mood for the rest of the album. It also is one of the harder songs, I would say, that's on there. I guess the main point of this is that we're trying to, a lot of foreshadowing. The hero's not going to make it out this time, or at least we feel that way. And then, later on the album, there's other songs that even say, or even the hero, who is really the hero in this. But yeah, it's definitely, I wouldn't say too much of a happy song. A little bit
No, there's some feelings going around. It's so basically we just wanted to open the album with it opens with a 16-part choir that's layered of me. It's like 4 me's, 4 Kamran. Kamran is the guy who produced.
Producer.
Yeah, he produced a couple of the songs. He was a new college student. He graduated now. So 4 me's, 4 Kamrans, and 4 Treys, and it's what are his reasons? In his chest lies treason, lost in clouded meanings. Treason. This is the beginning of the end. And so. We wanted to be very big and very dramatic and operatic, and so we had strings in the choruses, a violin, 4 violins playing the chords in the choruses, and then we couldn't let the song go without putting in a breakdown and a guitar solo. So you have to do it. You got to. And so, it's just from an arrangement standpoint, other than the choir intro, it's just a very simple medley type song. And
then also going along with the T.S. Eliot play, really a central point of this album would be if you're doing the right things, but are you doing it for the right reason? Like what is your motives behind doing the right things, or I guess the wrong things, if depending on which side you want to look at. And that's really another question that we were trying to ask when we were creating this album. And again, when we laid it out too, we kind of did it. You'll see it, when the album comes out and everything, there's like a transformation about midway through, I would say, where it kind of goes from this, I guess, kind of like desolate kind of feel, like this, like, I don't know, would you say, like kind of lost feeling, to more of, okay, I'm accepting where I'm going with this now, like the role I have decided to take up.
Yeah, there's a lot of, it's basically, he ends up accepting his destiny, so to speak. He comes to terms with, not really with his mortality, but with his destiny and like the direction that he's going, and so he conquers his apathy.
Maybe we have.
Maybe he never conquers it. So he ends up basically able to face what he has to go up against, and the outcome of that
would be
that's uncertain.
And what's in the next song?
Running Through the World.
And we're going to play Running Through the World next, which is from the second half of the album, which would be a little bit more on the brighter side. This one is quite a bit different from the first two, I would say. It definitely has, some major chords and everything, a very more happy type song, kind of like I would say one of our first singles, A Brand New Day, a lot more cheery, happy type song.
Yeah, it's our indecisiveness. We can't write songs in the same style. So yeah, Running Through the World is the next one.
Yeah.
Oh, and I feel it all around. These dark spirits, they only want to keep us down, but I am willing to let it all go to waste now. Oh, and I feel it all around. Can't come near it. They only want to keep us down. Don't leave me now. I'm just running through the world, taking some hits and giving some back. Running through the world, taking some hits and giving some back. I can't wait, I can't just sit around. This empty feeling sucks me into the ground. Oh, I can hear it, stand up to the sound. Oh, and I feel it, I can't just sit around.
Hi there, Sarasota. It's Char here. I've been behind the scenes for most of the night, but I'm gonna read a little PSA for us tonight. The 2016 Shock Festival theme is Love and Peace, is open to the public November 11th through 14th, and located at the Venice Airport Fairgrounds. A lot of volunteers will be in play. Check out the festival website at chalkfestival.org for more information, or call 941-488-8877. That's 941-488-8877. And I definitely recommend doing so. I'm from Venice myself, and Chalk Festival is one of the great things we have there.
Running through the world. Wake on up, shake 'em off. See the things that you've only seen in dreams. Wake it up, kill 'em off. Death to a life of a slowly dying routine.
So that was Running Through the World, and it's going to be on iTunes. The first single, which is Grave, the first song we played, is already on iTunes. That was Running Through the World. The whole album will be on iTunes in December, like around December 4th or 5th. iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, basically Google Play, basically anywhere where you can buy music online, it'll be available. And so that song is, we were listening to the Brandon Flowers, his second solo album, which is called The Desired Effect, and we really liked Trey and I grew up listening to mostly 80s music when we were in elementary school, and so we really liked the Phil Collins type gated snare sound and the cheesy synths, and so we wanted to basically do a song like that, and we were trying to sneak a really straight up happy song on the album, and so it presented us with that. We got that opportunity with this, and so it's built around a 3-4 time bass riff, and we basically tried to make it line up with the 4/4 drums as best we could, and write a pop song from that. Very clear lyrical intent, I would say, on that one.
Definitely.
Yeah. So the next song we're going to play is called It's Not Fun Anymore.
That's a shame.
Baby, listen to me. Don't turn back and we just come back, baby. You know how this is. You know how this always goes. You know how this always is. You cut off all my clothes. You ripped out all the rows of the flowers in our garden. You flew too far south. I started running my mouth about how you jumped off the deep end. Off the deep end. But why can I
So that was It's Not Fun Anymore. And so I'll let you handle this one.
So this song this was one of our last songs that we actually made for the album. It's, I believe, number 3 or 4 on the album in terms of track list. So it's on the, I guess, more negative side of the album. With it, we didn't really have a love song either, so we wanted to put one together, but do it in a way that was a little bit different from the heart, cheery, or just the straight sad love songs. So with it, I mean, kind of threw together, you're throwing plates at the wall, and with it too, I didn't want to make it just one-sided where it's just one side, the other one's crazy, and the other one's like, I don't know why you're crazy. You need to stop being crazy. It was more like, you're crazy, I'm kind of crazy also, and I admit that, and then this is kind of the ending thing of that.
Yeah, both parties are equally at fault in the song. From an arrangement standpoint, it's a very simple guitar riff. It's a very simple shuffle beat on the drum. It's a fairly simple bass riff. I think the only 2 challenging aspects of the song is the pre-chorus has a very difficult vocal part, and the piano solo I wrote for, and the drum solo that's going on at the same time are both very difficult. And so what I wanted to do with that was, with the piano part, I wanted to combine English music hall style piano with Bartok, and so it ended up being this like free jazz-esque thing. And so I wanted to just shift all the attention away from the rest of the song and like refresh people's ear with some free jazz craziness.
And then also with this song, it was kind of a parody of a pop song, we like to say, kind of taking that pop song-esque type sound and making it into, kind of what that was, I guess you could say, kind of like a rock pop a little bit.
Yeah, so again, these the first single, Grave, is out on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, etc. And the rest of the album will be up in early December. So the next song we're going to play is Brotherhood, I think. So yeah.
Life is a cheap game, they say. Despair only lies in our way, but we won't just roll over and die. Brothers in arms, together we fight. Fight, we will fight. Let me hear you say it one more time. Fight, we will fight. Oh, we got a good thing rolling. Fight, we will fight. We will fight. May all our enemies meet defeat. Our brotherhood will never be broken. 'Cause till the end we will fight. 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 When the storm hits, we'll pay, but we'll give them hell always. Happy endings are not found down this road. In the graveyard, legends grow. Fight. We will fight. What's our rally cry? Fight. We will fight. Never give up the fight. Fight. We will fight. We will fight. Come on!
Yeah, so that was Brotherhood, and that is right at the turning point in the album where things start to get a little bit more positive. And so that one, it's in 6/4. Time. It's a fast song. It's like 154 beats per minute or something. And we just wanted to do a simple, repetitive beat, like tom heavy, something like you would hear on modern pop. Percussion is very tom heavy, I've noticed. And so just a simple repetitive beat, a simple repetitive chorus, fight, we will fight, and end it with my best guitar solo shot I could do to give the song justice. And
with this song too, like what he said, this is definitely at the turning point. And when with the rest of the album, a lot of the songs from, I would say, the next probably 2 or 3 songs really go along with the subject of kind of that brotherhood, that team, a little bit of that team spirit, a little bit of that fightingness, like kind of a rally cry type thing before the grand finale, which would be the last 2 songs. With it too, it's very Queen inspired, I would say. We Will Rock You kind of is where we got the original idea of like a fight song, I guess you could say. Something we tried to imagine, like, what would you want to hear like in a stadium before like a big sports,
like a football game
or something like that. And that's kind of and he showed me the beat, like the 6/4, and that's when we got to, what are we going to come up with? So it's simple, but it's rememberable, and we ended up getting fight, we will fight, and I would say that's just kind of how it came together all at once.
And so that's basically all the songs that's 5 of the 12 songs on the album. So that's all the songs we're gonna end up sharing tonight. So again, Grave is already up on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, etc., Pandora, basically anywhere streaming or buying on the internet. And the rest of the album will be up in like December 3rd or December 4th, something like that. So it's been very
Let's get
enjoyable.
that band name one more time.
Yeah, the name of the band is The Sovereign Front, and so we're up on all those places on the internet.
Great. Thank you guys for coming on. You were wonderful and love the music. I will definitely check it out when I get some time later tonight even. Who knows? But I'm going to go ahead and continue my set. And
all right, great. Thank you so much.
thanks for coming on.